Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stepping onto the snowy streets of Park City, Utah might at first glance look like just another quiet celebrity sighting. But when you pause and really take in the moment, it becomes clear that this appearance represents something far bigger. It is a convergence of personal history, professional evolution, and a very deliberate re-entry into a public narrative that they are choosing to shape on their own terms. This was not simply a red carpet moment. It marked the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's first ever appearance at the Sundance Film Festival, one of the most respected platforms for independent storytelling in the world. Even more significant, they arrived not as spectators, but as executive producers, supporting a project that reflects the values they have consistently championed: community, youth empowerment, ambition and resilience. On Saturday, January 24th, Meghan and Harry attended a special screening of their new documentary, Cookie Queens, ahead of its official Sundance premiere. The film follows 4 Girl Scouts as they navigate the iconic cookie-selling season, a rite of passage for millions of young girls. What may seem like a simple tradition quickly reveals itself as a surprisingly rich microcosm of teamwork, leadership, confidence, competition, and early entrepreneurship. The documentary is screening in Sundance's Family Matinee category, a space curated specifically for stories that resonate across generations. These are the kinds of films meant to spark conversations between parents and children, mentors and students, and communities at large. At the event, Meghan and Harry posed for photographs alongside Amy Redford, daughter of the late Robert Redford, the legendary actor, director, and founder of the Sundance Institute. That image carried symbolic weight. Robert Redford built Sundance as a home for independent voices, for stories that challenge convention and resist being boxed into commercial formulas. For Meghan and Harry, who have spent years carving out a post-royal identity centred on autonomy and purpose, Sundance is not just a festival. It is a statement of alignment. What makes this moment especially striking is its timing. Just days earlier, Prince Harry had been in London, seated in the High Court, delivering emotional testimony in what is his final and most consequential legal battle against Associated Newspapers Limited, the publisher behind the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday. The contrast could not be more stark. One moment Harry is in a courtroom recounting pain, intrusion and years of trauma. Days later, he is standing at a festival celebrating creativity, childhood ambition, and collective joy. Yet these two worlds are not as disconnected as they may seem. Harry and Meghan serve as executive producers on Cookie Queens, a 91-minute film directed by Elisa Namus and produced in partnership with Archwell Productions, Beautiful Stories, and Asna Films. This is not a vanity credit. The project reflects the couple's long-standing commitment to storytelling that centres lived experience, particularly stories about young people finding their voices within systems larger than themselves. For Meghan, the documentary carries deeply personal meaning. Long before she was an actress, a duchess, or a global public figure, she was a Girl Scout growing up in California. Her mother, Doria Ragland, served as her troop leader. Those early experiences knocking on doors, learning how to pitch, handling rejection, counting earnings, and working as part of a team laid the foundation for skills Meghan has often described as essential to her confidence and independence. In April 2025, Meghan shared a reflective Instagram post while promoting her Lemonada Media podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder. Alongside childhood photos of herself selling cookies, she wrote, "Being an entrepreneur can start young." It was a simple sentence, but it captured a broader philosophy. Leadership, ambition, and self-belief are not traits reserved for adulthood, nor should they be discouraged in young girls. Cookie Queens gives that idea texture. By following 4 Girl Scouts through an entire cookie season, the film offers an intimate look at how children learn to negotiate, collaborate, manage disappointment, and celebrate success. It becomes clear that this story is not really about cookies at all. It is about how early experiences shape identity. This is where Meghan and Harry's involvement becomes especially meaningful. For years, critics have accused them of being too political, too vocal, or too focused on themselves. Yet here they are backing a documentary that places the spotlight firmly on young girls, not on celebrity, not on royal drama, but on ordinary children navigating universal challenges. That choice becomes even more powerful when viewed alongside the strain Harry has been under. He is one of 7 high-profile claimants in the case against Associated Newspapers Limited, alongside figures such as Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley. The group alleges unlawful information gathering, including phone hacking and other invasive practices. During his testimony, Harry spoke openly about the toll relentless media scrutiny has taken on his family. Observers noted his visible emotion as he described how the press has pursued him and his wife for years. When he spoke about Meghan's suffering, it was not abstract. It was rooted in lived experience, shaped by watching her endure racist abuse, invasive coverage, and a level of scrutiny he has compared to what his mother, Princess Diana, endured. Seen through that lens, Harry, standing beside Meghan at Sundance, supporting a film about protecting childhood and fostering confidence, is not coincidence. It is continuity. It is about reclaiming narrative and choosing which stories deserve amplification. Sundance matters as a platform. It is not a glossy award season spectacle driven by celebrity fashion moments. It is a space that values independence and substance. By appearing there with a family-focused documentary, Meghan and Harry signal a deliberate pivot away from reactive storytelling toward proactive creation. Their production company has increasingly leaned into projects that foreground social impact over spectacle, and Cookie Queens fit squarely within that mission. It is gentle, observational, and values-driven, the opposite of the sensationalism Harry has spent years challenging in court. There is also something quietly powerful about centering Girl Scouts at a time when conversations about young women, leadership and economic empowerment are often politicized. Cookie sales may be joked about, but they represent one of the largest youth-run business enterprises in the world. Girls learn pricing, customer engagement, and financial literacy long before many adults do. Meghan's presence at the screening carried an added layer of symbolism. She has long been criticized for speaking openly about ambition and for reframing traditionally feminine experiences as sources of strength rather than trivialities. This documentary reinforces the idea that ambition does not need to be loud or aggressive to be valid. Sometimes it begins with a clipboard, a smile, and a box of cookies. The couple's appearance with Amy Redford also underscored the intergenerational nature of this moment. Robert Redford's legacy is one of nurturing new voices and protecting creative independence. Meghan and Harry, though operating in a very different cultural landscape, are similarly focused on legacy, not in titles or hierarchy, but in impact. As Cookie Queens screens at Sundance, audiences will see 4 Girl Scouts navigating a season that is both ordinary and extraordinary. They will see setbacks, small victories, and the quiet determination that comes from being taken seriously at a young age. Behind the scenes, they will also see the influence of 2 executive producers who understand firsthand what it means to grow up under scrutiny and what it costs when childhood is not protected. The legal battle will continue. The denials will persist. The tabloids will speculate. But moments like this remind us that Meghan and Harry are not defined solely by conflict. They are creators, advocates and parents invested in shaping a different kind of future, one where young girls are celebrated for their ambition, not punished for it. In that sense, Cookie Queens is more than a documentary. It is a quiet manifesto, a reminder that the most meaningful revolutions often start small, with lessons learned early, and the courage to believe that those lessons truly matter.